Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Take a look at the tail of the tape. A few things it'll tell us. Hopkins go.
Right here, punch thrown in this area will be considered a clean punch. Trunks are okay. Hit the fight clean. Protect yourself, and what I say, you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch up.
Junior. And the other loss goes way back to his very first professional fight. So basically this guy, exactly what he's doing all the time. He's a master. He can give rounds away and still come back and get you, really. Nothing done in the first minute. Now Bernard goes, but Bernard does a lot what Oscar has done in so many fights that we've called.
Veteran fighters know how to relax early, try to make the fight come to them. Talked about the traps, that's very significant. You have to hustle him, and here he mugs you.
He's a model citizen now and a wonderful guy and a terrific fighter, Bernard Hopkins. Everybody knows about the Golden Boy, a different...
The biggest difference between them is that De La Hoya was about not feeling he got his recognition, and it hasn't.
Cast when Oscar De La Hoya took the title from Felix Sturm. This would bring him a lot of recognition too, if he could in fact beat Oscar De La Hoya tonight. But certainly...
And from that round, there's a good jab by De La Hoya getting there first.
Gave Oscar the first round. There wasn't a lot between them, but he did find a home for more cleanup. And this is our business too.
He's one of the few guys that not only has power, but to the traps he springs. And it's to be successful a very high percentage of the time.
And it with his back to you now. Bernard doesn't worry about anything. He does what he does. Smothering most of his jabs. And people get a little antsy in the arena.
Well, Hopkins will give you the impression he's not going to throw a punch for a long.
Styles of master boxers. Bernard will coast along in a defensive frame of mind. But mind you, in his 44 victories, he's got 31 knocks. Oscar De La Hoya has. But again, for 39, because he's never been beat up.
He's 39 going on 30. Would get past Sturm because he believed that I'm up too far. Coming up from 130.
We talked to Bernard yesterday. He was telling us, I've got to get and set him up to land a big shot in a lost hand of his own. But Bernard has found his target. Now Oscar threw 6 or 7 shoe-shine punches in the first one, and then if he blows landed by De La Hoya. Slow motion really showed it that we didn't. People will see. No fighter that is not a 40-year-old body. He doesn't blow up in between fights. He stays at the middleweight.
He is a phenomenon in terms of his body, is Bernard Hopkins. And there's that right hand lead again from the right-handed.
Squared up with the shoulders. He's got the drive from the side, but inside here, it's perfect boxing weather. Chess match throughout. Bernard had an opportunity to do what he wants to do. Loaded up the right.
And he's patient enough, and then he'll spring the bit of that to do his best here, because this is a guy
that took place last June, and here we are in September, so you know Oscar didn't take much.
Well, in the corner of Oscar De La Hoya, as this right-hand lead gets in, and then the tie-up. Hey, Hopkins.
1 punches to win the 3rd round. That was a close round, but an awful lot of close rounds.
It's harder for him to, and that's showing up on the scorecards. The first few, De La Hoya is one man saying this is the worst I've ever seen you. So Oscar gets in front of Hopkins. He's not throwing.
In the Sturm fight, he was a bit on the cautious side there and barely eked out a win. And Floyd Sr. doesn't seem to like
situations where he's getting off first. There wasn't landing a good shot, even a couple good body shots, and then I hit you pretty well, and then it's over.
I don't know what Bernard's saving his left hook for to the body, but, you know, here it is. Oscar
Game to wait, and then landing quick and punch through the target.
Well, I think the flasher of the 2 fighters in the 4th round, as we go to round number 5, this is scheduled for 12. It's the unification of the 160-pound divisions. Can dispute that because he holds the WBO title. And one of these guys, absolute undisputed champion with this thing.
Work out.
Round number 5, I'm the Colonel Bob. Jab, sneak right now. All the 2. Now that's how patient this guy is.
And you feel confident about one particular.
And he wants to try to sucker De La Hoya in. He throws the right hand, all setting the traps for opponents. Nobody does it better than Bernard.
A 3-minute fight.
number 3, as you just said, Davey boy, he really does shorten the fight he wants. I think this is a Hopkins round. Oscar staggered a little bit, and all of a sudden, I don't know if he tripped or got, but his legs aren't bad. That he makes you think this is against this guy.
It's easy from where your buddies, of course, what they're trying to implore, Oscar De La Hoya had eluded him prior to that. He started before.
Gee, it took him till he's actually. Oscar set up right in front of him. Gets, I think, your take. See, he goes with that sneaky right hand.
And the pace of this chess match is allowed to continue. And then
sometimes come in and think he needs to break it up. You see his hands go up. And I don't think Bernard's done enough in this round. You talk about Bernard doesn't like being shown up like that. But that's a nice round, I think, for Oscar De La Hoya. Here comes the bell.
Like his corner has suggested.
Well, they think he's out in front in the fight, but in reality, we do so many more fights than they do.
Beforehand, and in the Hopkins corner, they liked the fact that he was setting traps. He's doing what he wanted to.
Hopkins to go with the jab and throw more right hands. He gets it on the but not with a lot of force.
Watch how Hopkins, you need to see that. He slices the ring up ever so slowly, and it's a small piece.
The western part of the United States of America, and not too far from LA right here, with a minute to go. This is anybody's round.
I think the separator here, though, is playing a little bit more of the waiting game. Yes, good defense.
Following around, setting traps all the time is Bernard Hopkins. All right, we get ready to go to the 8th round. I have De La Hoya slightly out in front, but just as easily, Dave.
60, as he has to trade a little bit as the boxing.
Something that's different feeling with Bernard, you never know. That's not the body as much. Oh, there's a good one underneath the elbow. I think Oscar can't knock him out, so he's got to box with him. And waiting won't help you. Try to outbox Bernard. You know, I'm saying
can't afford to mistake it, and you also have to wonder about if the spec doesn't walk into something.
Oh, I believe that totally. You see, Oscar doing more, but his strategic genius is in there. And Oscar lands a couple at the end for any fighter. Oscar hasn't feinted as much in this. Actually,
Bernard Hopkins has answered his feints when he's tried to do it in this round.
Yeah, well, he's picking it up a little bit in the last couple of rounds. Good uppercut by Bernard. The last round and this round for Bernard. If he sees something.
And he cut off the ring on him as De La Hoya.
Oscar comes with an uppercut. There's a body shot. Oh, he really whacked him. Oh, he's not getting up. It's up to 7 and 9 and 10. Oscar De La Hoya is knocked out.
Initially, like it was a variation of that theme here for Hopkins.
Right side of his body with a lip.
Normally, the fighter would not expect it to be coming there. Hopkins had him off balance.
Things up. Here you go.
A jab and then downstairs. Second punch. And then the one after.
There's the one that hurt him.
And then upstairs. And he nailed him with it. It was a deception device. And then the left hook coming right behind that.
Bernard Hopkins.